I'm going to show you how we put together the Pampered Chef beer can chicken in the Pampered Chef beer can chicken roaster pan. Go over the ingredients list first. I got about 1.5 pounds of russet potatoes. Cut them into 1/2-inch wedges, about 1 centimeter. 1.5 pounds. Today we're using the Pampered Chef garlic and herb rub. And today I've got olive oil just because I'm out of regular oil. Using Himalayan pink salt today, fresh ground black pepper, and obviously the can of beer. And you drain about, I need about 1/2 to 3/4 of a can, and drain the rest out. You don't just have to use beer. You can use, one of my favorites is Dr. Pepper. My son told me about this one. You use Dr. Pepper or like 7-Up or Sprite, gives it a little bit of a sweet taste. And you can drop fresh garlic or dried garlic, fresh rosemary or dried rosemary right in the top, and it kind of steeps it and infuses a flavor into the chicken. That's really good. Using the Pampered Chef mister just to put a little non-stick coating on my pan today. And I've got about a 4-pound chicken. I've already taken and just loosened the skin away from the breast meat. Just run your fingers underneath there, and the legs and the thighs. It's pretty easy. Just you want to loosen the skin around as much as you can so we can get some rub down in there. Leave the center membrane here in the middle. It'll help the skin have a little nicer appearance. It'll hold it to the breast meat a little better. And for the rub, I've got about a tablespoon of the garlic herb rub and a little bit less than a tablespoon of oil. Just want to make a little paste out of it, and that's going to be our rub. And then we'll just try and take some pinches and get it right underneath the skin. Get it on the breast meat, down around over the leg and thigh. Try to get all this in there. Spin it around, do the same on the front. Just lift the skin up and pinch some off and just try to spread it evenly underneath there. Really helps get the flavor of the rub into the meat. Use that all up. That's our rub inside. And we want to put just a little more on the outside. So I found a good use for the mix and chop. This just fits right in there. And if you're just making a roast chicken and you want to just put salt and pepper on it, it's always trying to grind the pepper and keep your hands clean at the same time. So this is kind of nice. You can clean your hands off and just support it with this guy. I'm going to wipe my hand off here. And you can just kind of sprinkle it around and use this to flip it. Get a nice little even coating. About 1/2 tablespoon is plenty, just about like that. We're keeping one hand clean anyway in the process. So that works pretty well for that. Chicken's about prepped. And we'll get the potatoes ready. Again, this is 1.5 pounds of russet potatoes, cut into wedges. And then I've got the same rub, about a tablespoon, and then about 1.5 tablespoons of oil. Just make not really a paste, just more of a mixture of this for coat the potatoes with. You just want to pour this over the top of these guys. And the easiest way is just use your hands. Give them a nice toss. Evenly coated with the oil, it'll help them not stick, and also gives them a nice texture when they get roasted in the barbecue. So we've got those done, and we'll move on to the preparation of the pan. Now, the assembly of the Pampered Chef chicken cooking apparatus could not be simpler. It's got a nice stainless steel pan and then a cup to hold the beer can upright so it doesn't shift around. If you ever cooked beer can chicken without one of these, you'll really appreciate this. It can be kind of frustrating trying to get the chicken to stand up. Just got 4 little tabs on the bottom, and you just line it up with the holes in the pan. You can actually cook two at once on here if you like. I've done that before. It works really well. So you just line up the holes in the plate, give it a little tiny twist, and that's locked on solid and ready to go. It makes a real sturdy holder for the chicken. Next, we'll just take our beer or whatever beverage you decided to use, place it in there, hold it nice and firm, and then we'll take our chicken and just slide him right over the holder like that. You see, that's very simple to set up. And we'll just take our potatoes. Actually, first I'm going to put just a little bit of non-stick spray on with my Pampered Chef oil pump here, just to give it a little non-stick for the potatoes. Makes it easier to turn. Got to turn them about halfway through cooking. So, and then we'll take our potatoes and just scatter them around the outside evenly. Try to make a fairly even layer in the bottom, and with the exposed cut sides exposed, I mean, so you have a, they get a nice brown color. And then that is pretty much it. It's ready to go into your indirect charcoal Weber, charcoal grill, whatever kind you have. And if it's a gas grill, obviously you'd have put on your two side burners and put this over the middle burner that's off, and cook it covered for about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 25 minutes, and you're good to go. Got our barbecue. We're going to set it up with indirect heat. It's a charcoal Weber. I just like to put a drip pan right in the middle, and then grab the charcoal. I got 50 briquettes started here, and the formula for a Weber is 25 on each side. It's a little easier if you have the charcoal rails to do this. There's about 25 on each side. And we'll put our grill grate in place over the top. And then we'll grab our chicken roaster and we'll set it right over the middle for indirect heat. And that's all there is to that. We'll get the lid on. Oh, we'll cover it up and then we'll let it go about, from starting the charcoal, about 30 minutes or so. After about 30 minutes, you want to put 10 or 12 unlit briquettes on each side just to keep the heat nice and even. So we'll check back in 30 minutes and see what it looks like. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes. Let's see how she's doing here. Looking pretty good. We're going to give the potatoes a little stir here, just kind of flip them over a little bit so they brown evenly. 30 minutes to go. Looks pretty good like that. And we're going to go ahead and put if you're using a charcoal grill, put about 12 more coals on each side. That'll keep the fire at a more even heat. Got through, don't worry about it too much, just kind of randomly throw them in there. At a gas grill, you don't have to worry about this. You can just let it rip right in the middle, but since we're using the charcoal, we'll put about, and again, that's about, started out with 25 on each side, 50, and then after about 30 minutes, go ahead and put 12 more coals on each side, flip the potatoes, and we'll come back in about 30 minutes and we'll see how it looks. Should be final temperature 165 in the breast, about 180 in the thigh. And you definitely want to use a digital thermometer. Pampered Chef has a really good digital thermometer just to verify that the old sticking the fork in there to see if it's done is not really accurate. So you want a good thermometer and make sure that the breast meat is at 165 and the thigh meat, the thickest part of the thigh meat, is about 180 degrees, and it'll be done.